Hey, welcome to Peri, Lyons, New York City Psychic. How are you today? Happy New Year, everyone. And I hope your New Year's Eve was as great as ours. It was very quiet. Somebody got proposed to, might have been me. And so this year, I wanted to start this year off for all of you with a spell. I just did this at a big celebrity get-together in Tribeca in New York as part of a celebration of women right before the new year. And I wish you were there. One of the things that I found with almost every woman I work with is that no matter how gorgeous, how accomplished, how terrific we are, sometimes we are a little embarrassed to claim it. You know, there's that cultural thing about not being conceited. There's a cultural thing about modesty. There's, you know, don't be too big because you might threaten the people around you who want to stay small. And because everyone who gets called to call into my show is somebody who is on a special path, I wanted to share this New Year's spell with you. And I think we can all relate to it. And I wrote it for all of us. And are you ready? It goes, look over here. Yeah, I am that girl. The first and the middle and the last and the always girl. Yeah, that one. The girl you had the crush on in kindergarten, your eyes sliding over to see if I'd be your secret Valentine. Yeah, I am the joy in that 5-year-old smile. Always for you, and I am her joy. She is me. Today I cried, though. I felt no goddess at all. When I was away gathering wood for our hearth, she whispered to you, and you frowned and nodded and said, yeah, that must be true. And you both said, go. We don't want you. And now I feel small. So I take out the bright mirror and the dark mirror. The dark mirror sings, you are ugly, old one. You are wrong, wrong, wrong. The dark mirror has a song like a lullaby buzzsaw. It sings, oh, what I say is true. The gifts you give are tainted. No one loves or could love or will love or has loved such a one as you. I can feel my strength rain away. So I reach for the bright mirror too, but the bright mirror says nothing. The bright mirror is busy doing her own makeup. The bright mirror says, am I as pretty as she is? Will I do? Throw those mirrors away, goddess. The only mirror here is you. So you're going to cry? You're going to play ball here? Or what? We say together, yes, no, yes. I will not let anyone steal my fire. You will not be my Prometheus. And if you do steal my fire, so what? Stolen fire goes out and leaves you in the dark, but my fire keeps replenishing. You cannot handle my real fire, for then you'd have to know that you have your own. Yes, I am the singer in the storm. I am my own medicine. I make this from all poisons. I love my own grace, wit, and style, enough that you don't have to, but you will. Oh yeah, I promise, you will. I have the interdependence that is the true independence. I am a bird entwined with the wind. I have unlimited riches. They're also yours. I'm like a queen, so entwined with her people. So I will be vulnerable, but not foolish with it. Okay? Generous, but not foolish with it. Foolish, but not effing stupid. If I am foolish, we will laugh together at the joke of our own being. My life is my own. Yeah, I bend towards those I love like a reed, but then I sway back to stand tall again against the river. I am truth simple and in bloom. And I call in the spirits of my ancestors to surround me with family love. Once they arrive, we open the door to friends. I call in Hare Spirit, H-A-R-E, folks, who always sees the joke, who guides the seer in her tent and brings food and water to the oracle in her cave, and jumps away fast, white tail mocking my slowness. I call in Ant Spirit for working when I don't want to work particularly. Thank you and F you, Ant Spirit. No, really. I call in beautiful Oshun from love and abundance for all of us. I call in wise Minerva for intelligence. I call in Artemis to protect us with her bow and arrows. We burn sugar for the hungry ghosts, and they don't notice us, and they rush past us for sweeties. They rush past the side door, unbiting, full. I and you, we're that Valentine filled with moon blood, the healer, skin against skin, breath combined to make me part of you. There has never been a such as I. I am the only one like this, made of mud and snot and orgasm and fireflies, of mirrors light and dark, the spider and the spider web. So throw back your head and let your throat reverberate with your yell that you are the only you. And I will see you again at sunrise. And we will do this dance again. The same, only different. I wish this for you. We're ready for my first caller. And again, I send that spell out to all of us for abundance, for love, for proof against self-doubt. And all of these things are coming to you in the new year. I can feel it. Okay, who's our first caller? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, hi, sweetie. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening and being part of that spell.
No problem. Thank you.
Sure. So tell me your first name and your birthday.
My first name's Amy. My birthday's 10/7/83.
10/7. Oh, we love us some Libras around here. And what part of the country?
I'm sorry?
So do you have a specific question, or would you like me to do an overview? Or what would you like today?
I'm just trying to see what's going on with my love life this year.
Well, it's a hell of a lot better than the last year and a half, I can tell you that.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, before we start, I'm going to ask you to be willing to give up something. Are you willing in this moment to give up being disappointed?
Yes.
Awesome. All we need. And one last thing, are you willing to make an intention to accept happiness in a relationship, even if it doesn't look like what you expected?
Yes.
Awesome, because that's what's coming up for you. I don't like to make hetero assumptions. Do you like guys, girls, other? What? Or I'll just read for romance. I would ask. Okay.
Okay.
You there? Okay. Yeah. So, sorry, my camera's slipping a bit here. There we go. Get my handsome English assistant to fix that. Okay. So the first thing is, yes, there's potential for love, but this is what's been happening for you. Whoops. See this card? It's putting right in front of my face. This card wants to be right side up. So we're going to put it over here. And this is the first card. So the reason I asked if you were willing to give up being disappointed is because, yeah, you had some disappointments, especially over the last 18, 19 months. And there's a part of you that's like, really? Do I want to go through this again? Really? Okay. So, however, the good news is, and this is good news, whenever you get a card that's upside down, it doesn't mean, it means that energy is there. It just wants to be unblocked. So it can be this energy. Whoops, over here.
Right.
Okay. And this is the energy that I feel, it's almost like you've been pulling on a door marked push. And, you know, somebody is going to tell you on their first date everything you need to know about them. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So what I want you to start doing is remembering that you are the treasure, honey. The treasure does not do the hunting. And if you're out on a date with somebody, it ain't about whether he likes you. It's about whether you like him.
Right.
So, and it took me a long time to learn that, but it's, I think for this year, one of the single most effective things I can tell you. The next card I got for you is the King of Swords, which again, I'm going to put on the wrong side here. The King of Swords is somebody in your vicinity, and he's smart. He might be a lawyer. He might be somebody who maybe doesn't write for a living, but he's a smart cookie, which you need. You need intellectual stimulation. I mean, you need other kinds too, but good conversation. It's important to you. And you like to laugh. And this person is around you. I don't think he might be a friend. He might be somebody from your past coming back.
Well, I know my son's father and I we're trying to work out our relationship. I don't know. I'm hoping.
What's his sign?
I think he's a Capricorn. His birthday's June 28th.
He's a Cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's somebody else coming along. I mean, I give you huge, kudos for working on the relationship. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I'm not entirely sure it's a relationship you want to be in.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to say, do whatever you want. I'm just some chick with a headscarf.
Right.
But if you go on my Instagram, you'll see pictures of me with Helen Mirren and Frank Langella and Courtney Love. And, so I do sort of know what I'm talking about. And I think the process of you guys working it out, I think you're going to wind up being really good friends. But I think that there is somebody coming towards you who, first of all, is kind of a catch. And I don't know about you, but when I'm going through a hard time, I don't care how I look, sometimes my self-esteem will not listen to what I tell it about how great I am. Right. I'm like, I'll do the affirmations. I'll be like, I am fabulous. And part of me will be like, uh-huh. So I had to learn to talk back to that little uh-huh voice. I think the person who's coming towards you might be somebody you meet through work. I'm not actually sure you met him yet, but I think you might think in some way, because your self-esteem, you're working on it a bit, even though from your energy, you're so totally somebody I'd love to go out for a glass of wine with, or Diet Pepsi. I think that this person is approaching you by June. I think that you might feel a little intimidated because I think he's got a little dosh. That's not what you like, but it never hurts. And I think you think he might be a little out of your league, but just act as if you're out of his. So I think you and your husband are going to have a great relationship. For the kids' sake, if you want to work that out, but if your heart isn't in it, I would like you to be open to something that's coming along in May or June with somebody who is incredible. And
cool.
You're also, are you switching jobs or are you just getting kicked upstairs?
I want to. I'm thinking about it.
That's something you might want to, don't quit the job you're at, but you might want to start looking around and talking to friends because there's a job out there within a 5-mile vicinity, and it's closer, so that's maybe 7-mile vicinity. Can you hold that, baby? There. Thanks. Sorry, my camera keeps slipping. Okay, there. Which would be easier for you, and you're going to make more money doing a little less work. The thing about your job right now is you're doing people's job, but you're only getting paid for one. So, yeah. Yeah, you're like, I know.
Yeah.
So the thing for this year for you is be open to things being easier and better, because there's a part of you that feels like you almost have to suffer to earn stuff. I'm just going to reach in right now, and I'm just going to take that part out of you. You can just, girl, you've done enough great stuff for other people. A lot of people don't even know what you've done. That you deserve the good stuff that's coming to you. Call me back and tell me that I'm right, because hand on heart, man, 2019 is going to be one of the best years of your life. You have 3 kids? Oops. Okay. Well, thank you, sweetheart. And who's our next caller? Oh,
I'm sorry?
Great. Hi. Is your name Maui?
Yes, I go by Maui.
Wow, what a fabulous name. And you know why you go by that, right?
You know what? That is my nickname since I was 17 years old.
I feel, if you let me say this, what I'm channeling for you is that's because the goddess Pele is a very powerful goddess in your life. You might want to maybe get Doreen. What?
I've been told that.
Oh,
yes, I have been told that many times.
So you are somebody who brings transformation into people's lives. Transformation, healing. I mean, you can bring lava if you want, but let's stick with transformation and healing. But Pele is a powerful goddess for transformation and good. And changes in your life happen like bam, suddenly.
It's a little bit hard for me to hear you. It's almost like you're on speaker, or or a little far away, or it's a little bit hard for me to understand you.
I will enunciate more clearly. How's that? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better.
I'll lean in a bit more too. How's that? Okay. So you have a specific question.
I do. I have a brain tumor and a neurological brain disorder, and I have a cyst on my pineal gland. And I'm wondering, because I've been told before, I'm psychic, I'm clairvoyant, and all that, if any of that is being affected because of my tumor, or does that have nothing to do with it?
If anything, and by the way, I'm sorry you're going through this. You've got years and years and years ahead of you. You've got a great surgeon working with you. The tumor in the pineal gland is benign, the cyst.
Yes.
As a doctor's daughter, as somebody who has been through traumatic brain injury, as well as surviving heart failure, and a couple other things, I can hear survival in your voice. So first of all, let's not worry about that. You're in very good hands. Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. And what I'll say is my psychic life took off after I managed to hit myself on the head with a grand piano. Long story, don't ask. But
that's what happened to me last year. I got hit in the head, and then really weird things started happening.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you from my own experience. And I had heart failure right after that. And today, I'll tell you that's 7 years later. My celebrity fiance ran off with a playmate when I was in the hospital, so dodged that bullet. But
no.
I'm the healthiest I've ever been. And I'm the most psychic. And I found that I have 3 friends, close friends, who've all survived brain tumors that people were like, yeah, well, don't buy any green bananas. And they're completely cured. I've also found that the people I know who've gotten cysts in their pineal glands, this all affects your psychic ability in a positive way.
Okay.
Really positive. And in fact, you're supposed to be kind of working on this ability a bit and taking it seriously, because it's a beautiful part of you. because do you have some American Indian heritage?
Do I have what?
Do you have any American Indian heritage?
I think I do. I really believe, that I do, but I'm also half Japanese, so I believe that I'm also native Japanese, Ainu. So I'm like native Japanese, and then somewhere I believe that I do have Native American blood in me. I feel it.
Well, let me tell you how powerful you are. Right before we started the session, I asked my handsome fiance to run upstairs and bring me my indigenous peoples. One of my indigenous peoples is from 1875. This is a Lakota Sioux tomahawk, and it was not just ornamental, if you look at it. I was asked to bring that down because I knew I would have a caller with strong indigenous roots and at least one indigenous people. You have strong indigenous roots and indigenous people. This is for you.
And you said Dakota?
Yep. I said
my grandmother, who passed, is she grew up in South Dakota. Now she's Caucasian, but right there in Black Hills, Rapid City, is where she grew up, and I strongly believe that I have Native blood in me.
You want to know where this is from? This is from the Black Hills in South Dakota. That's where my great-great-uncle was stationed in 1885. This is a Lakota Sioux artifact, and I am telling you.
I feel that I'm Lakota. I feel that that's who I am from.
Yep. I have a very strong connection to Japanese culture, but I've never brought an artifact on the show before. This is for you, and I'd like you to take a screenshot if you can. Otherwise, I'll send you one. I want you to know that A, you're being asked to explore both your Ainu and your Lakota Sioux heritages in terms of your woman warrior self. This is also a symbol of the woman warrior self that is going to get you through the next 3.5 months. I believe your operation is scheduled for around there, and you're going to be fine. You're not only going to be fine, you're going to be with a speakers bureau by 2020. You're going to be inspiring others. And I want you to, I've got a book coming out soon, but on how to be psychic, but I want you in the meantime to just start taking yourself seriously as an intuitive, sweetheart, because this is not an accident. Okay?
Wow. Yeah,
there's a reason.
I know things. I know things about people that I've never met before, and I mean, I'll just walk up to them and say, X, Y, Z, and they're like, "Wow, how did you know that?" I don't know.
Trust that. I'm telling you, I have never brought an artifact like this. It is from the Black Hills. If you contact me privately in my website, you're all welcome to. But if you want to direct message me, I can give you the proof. And I'll send you a picture of this. But anybody who calls this show calls for a reason. We have about 30 seconds left. I want to tell you, 60 seconds. But I want to tell you that, A, you're going to be fine. I'd like you to start checking in on the blog on my website in the next couple of days. I'm going to start publishing stuff about how to be psychic. And I'll also be praying for you.
Thank you. Now, will you send me something? Because I don't have, laptop or anything. All I have is my cell phone and Facebook. So will you send me a link?
That's fine. Go on Facebook. My name is Peri Lyons. And you can either private message me on my Peri Lyons page or Peri Lyons Psychic for Skeptics and Smart People. I've got 2 pages, either one. And all of you are welcome to direct me. I'm a little lazy, so sometimes I won't always get back immediately, but I will send you a picture of this as soon as we're off, okay?
My gosh, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, darling. Thank you for the affirmation and the confirmation. What a great way to begin a year.